Welcome to the Power Packed Podcast. Please be quiet and courteous and silence your cell phones now. Be sure to grab some snacks and concessions, located in the lobby. And now our feature presentation. Prepare for butter.
All the time, wondering if maybe I'm losing my mind. Stepping out to the rising enemy, or maybe I'm going out to sea. Maybe you should know by now. When I get back, everything will be alright. Seems like I'm out to sea every single night. I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
Don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim. Oh, I don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim. Oh, I don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim.
I need my dentures. Oh, why? Because we're 60 episodes old. Give me my dirty diapers. Give me my dentures. Give me my slippers. Give me my bathrobe. Give me my overly scented perfume. Give me my glasses. Give me my bonnet. Give me my walker with the tennis balls underneath. Give me my leash. So when I fall over, they'll pull me back up.
Are your grandparents on leashes? Is that what? I got G-Pa and G-Ma on the leash again.
Yeah, you get leashes for your kids when they're young.
Yeah.
And then when they grow up, you get them you hand them down to them and they use them on you.
Oh, nice. I like the Oshkosh Bagosh grandpa leash.
Yeah.
And
they're very nice.
Yeah, and there's like an off so the equivalent of an off-leash dog park is a Denny's at 8 a.m.
Is that a dog park for the elderly?
Yep. Denny's
Come on.
I already know the name of the episode.
It's like, come on, Grandma. Come on, Grandpa. Come on. You can make it. Oh, you did it. You got over that curve. Good boy. And then you hand him I don't know. What do you hand him?
Like a grand slam or something.
Like a grand slam. Here's a pancake. Oh, good job. Now come on. Sit. Good job. We're going to order you a tall milk today. Welcome to the Power Pack Podcast, a podcast featuring two elderly men and one tall glass of milk at Denny's.
One tall glass of milk at Denny's. And our friendship, like the podcast, not mutually exclusive. We want you to be our friends, and our podcast is like Denny's. No, more specifically, our podcast is, so the podcast itself is Denny's, and John, no, actually, or versus. So John and I are food poisoning, and Denny's is the podcast. So without, I think it works that way. Yeah. So without,
it should.
It goes back and forth. I don't know, but anyways, you get food poisoning from Denny's. I when I was younger, the only time I've actually like thrown up after eating at a restaurant when I was younger, and I had like a banana milkshake from Denny's. I just like threw up all over the parking lot.
You had a milkshake and you threw up?
Yeah, it was like a banana, because I think I had like a full dinner or breakfast or something, and then I had a banana milkshake, and I think I forgot that I didn't like bananas, and I don't know why. I think it was a banana milkshake. It was something really nasty. And then I went outside and just like puked all over the parking lot.
Got some rotten bananas in here. What the heck is going on? That gives me an idea for our next logo idea. We need Gary Graphics on this. Instead of have the Denny's logo, but just have it say JJ Fresh.
Ooh, I'm gonna pop that in. I'm gonna pop that in there. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna tag him. What's it?
You know what there should be? We should start a website that you pretty much. It's a Denny's logo fire. It just has the Denny's logo, and then it has the font of Denny's in red, and you type whatever you want, and you can download your own homemade custom Denny's logo.
Ooh, I like that idea. It's like almost like a rap name generator, but it's like a Denny's logo thing, and it says JJ Fresh.
Or we could be one of those like elaborate logo designing sites or like album art sites where you design it all and everything. And when you click purchase or submit, it just pretty much puts whatever text you have on there into a Denny's logo and it downloads it. And you don't see it until you open the file.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you also get
this
malware.
Is what I
too.
made. I had like birds and landscape on my rap album cover, and then I downloaded it, and this just says MC Rap Lord, and it's a Denny's logo. I couldn't come up with a rap name on the spot. I'm sorry.
MC Rap Lord. I love that. Oh my god.
So,
yeah,
it's Friday. You smell that? Smells like Friday.
It does. I can smell it. It's.
Why does my mic smell like cocaine? It doesn't. It's Friday. Anything smells like cocaine on Friday. Yeah, like a week ago it was negative, and now we had 60-degree weather. It's bonkers.
Wait, you have 60-degree weather now?
We had it 60s. I think we had the 60s yesterday or Wednesday. But no, yesterday or... Yeah, but a week before that, it was negative like 2.
Oh my god!
When I was stuck in the snow, I was like, "Oh, are you kidding me? Come on now, weather."
Oh, that is some wild. That's like a wild transition. It seems like it's kind of you got those like the real quick transitions. Like, okay, it's really cold and now it's warm. It's kind of hot. Yeah, that's fascinating.
It's like an icy hot pack.
It is.
You just want to like stand outside and show your back to Mother Nature and be like, "Can you fix this?" And then in a week, your pain is healed.
Icy Hot packs, they're great. I used to buy those a lot. They had, for the longest time, Shaquille O'Neal was the spokesperson for Icy Hot, so that made me want to buy it even more.
Oh, I just make my own.
Ooh, how do you make your own?
Well, you take the subject that's in pain, you lie him on the bed, and say, "Lift up your shirt so I can see your back," and they do it because you're going to help them. And you just take a kettle with hot water, probably ready for tea.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe let it cool down for a few minutes from boiling. And then you pour that on their back. And when they're screaming in pain because you're pouring like boiling water on them, then you get the icy and you just put some peas on there. Some frozen peas.
That's a good method. That's ingenuity right there.
And then by the time they're done screaming because they passed out from pain and the peas are kind of doing their job at this point, they kind of get lukewarm and they're ready to eat.
So you wake them up.
The middle might be crunchy, but...
Make them eat the peas. I like the idea that... So they pass out from the pain, right? And then they wake up, and I imagine, because you do like a hot to cold thing, they probably have like a blister the size of a basketball on their back. And then you make them eat the peas. You're like, wake up, you need a little something.
That's not a basketball, it's a pillow for a cat, so he snuggles you back to health.
Yeah.
You just hope that cat doesn't use its claw to do that kneading thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And it'll pop that blister, then water will go all over your back. You silly cat, that was your pillow.
Yeah, why'd you do this to me? The back pillow. JJ Fresh presents the back pillow.
Back pillow. You just pour hot water on your back and get a giant watery blister, and your cat can sleep on it.
Helps with people sleep on their back too, and they maybe have some back discomfort, or you know those lumbar pillows that you put in your chair when you sit to help with posture. I'm imagining like a little kit, almost like a neti pot kind of thing, where it's like you heat up the water, pour it on your back, put the pack of peas on, and then it just it's like a self kit. You get it in the mail, you're like, oh great, and then they also give you a piece of leather to bite on, because when you pour the boiling water on your back, you tend to like either bite your tongue or cheek or just scream or something. So it's good.
As seen on TV, the JJ Fresh cat back, or I don't know what it'd be called. It'd be called something fun.
It was the back. I don't know, it's almost like nature's back pillow.
We have so many, again, going back to our ideas, we have a media entertainment conglomerate, and we also have an advanced engineering sector of, I don't know, technologies and different patents for, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but the word I'm looking for, it's fancy and it's businessy, and it's gonna make everyone go, whoa, he knows what he's talking about. But
yeah,
it's gone. But we have ideas, we have inventions.
we do. Yeah, we got lots of stuff. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just figuring out a way to transition this to a little story. Not really a story, just something happened. Not really. It's not even really interesting. I don't even know if I want to say it now. I don't know. I'm debating.
I want to hear it.
How about you say something?
You want me to say something? Okay.
Yeah, and I'll figure out by that time if I want to say what I was going to say, because now it's being hyped up for no reason, and I might just not even say it. I don't know.
I'll leave that up to you. You know, I respect your opinion, whatever you want to do. I'm supportive of you. I'm trying to think if it had any fun things. I guess I could do the talking point of the video I sent you. Because, I mean, I think it's funny at least, but,
yeah.
While John's gathering his thoughts and, you know, just in his brain, make a delicious chowder or stew in his head. So I was watching a video of stuff you may have missed in 2020, and there was, you know, obviously some riots that happened in various big cities last year, and this video is like normal news coverage, and then all of a sudden you see this young woman walking across the street with like a full cheesecake in her hands, like perfectly decorated with the strawberries on top and everything, and the news people are like, oh, as you can see, the Cheesecake Factory was just looted, and we're not sure where she got that cheesecake, but looks like she's walking off with that. And it just shows her like cross the street and just leave, just into the night with the cheesecake. And I think why that's special is, you know, when looting occurs, I've never been in a riot or anything like that, but I imagine you're breaking windows, you're crawling in, you're stealing money, you're stealing valuables. And Cheesecake Factory has like, it's very fancy on the inside. And I like that somebody crawled through the rubble and they spotted like a perfectly fashioned cheesecake in the freezer or whatever and grabbed it with the plate under it and everything and just walked out. Like it was nothing. It's very fascinating.
I have my theory on that after I watched the video. See, I don't think she was initially part of the beginning of the riots. Because like you said, you get caught up in that mob mentality. It's like, oh, look, there's a mailbox. I'm going to put the little red flag down. Oh, rebellion. Oh, look at that window over there. Wouldn't it look nice on this sidewalk? Smash! I threw my child into it. But she had a plan. She was focused. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she had like a cousin or something who was rioting and looting, and she gave her a call. Hey, Betty, you know, it's going down. Come get some loot. And she's like, where at? He's like, the mall. And she's asking, which mall? The one by your house. And so she's like, oh, that's the one. That's the one. She hangs up the phone, and it's the old, you know, timey kind of phone on the wall. She slams it down. It goes ding, 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 ding. The cord's touching the ground. It's one of those.
Yeah.
And she runs out. She gets in her car. She speeds to the right zone. She parks nicely, probably next to a burnt car, I would assume.
I imagine.
She hops out, and she's just walking by all these stores, broken stores. Rocks are flying above her head. TVs are flying in front of her. Fire hydrants are going off, spraying water. She just steps over the stream. All this chaos is happening. I'm picturing Hot Rod, the movie, at the end with the riot scene, and she's just slow motion walking through all the chaos.
Yep.
And she has her eyes right on that Cheesecake Factory. And she walks in, she passes by the register. She's like, I don't need that. I don't need this money. I don't need it. She goes right to the cheesecake. And who riots and loots a Cheesecake Factory? So I'm imagining it's just pristine clean. Like, who goes into a Cheesecake Factory thinking they have so much money in there?
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm picturing her. She doesn't even have to like break in. She just opens the door and she closes it. And all the sounds of the chaos in the streets, it goes quiet. Now she's in this quiet Cheesecake Factory. She just walks past the register, goes, grabs her cheesecake. She just walks out, right back into the noise. She's, boom, has her cheesecake. She's going home. She has her priorities.
That's That's a beautiful theory. That's like perfectly crafted. I think that's if this was like an investigation or the criminal forensics things, you would have tied all the things together. And I think that's exactly what happened. I think she knew what she wanted and she saw the Cheesecake Factory and just went for it. It's like, okay, this is my time. Because that cheesecake alone, because I feel like each slice of cheesecake there is probably close to like $10 or something. Like it's pretty expensive. So a whole cheesecake is like, that's really worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, and I want to see how many calories in Cheesecake Factory cheesecake. Because we're going back to the peanut butter wisdom.
Yep.
The regular cheesecake slice runs 830 calories to 1,500 if you do the velvet cheesecake. So how many slices do you think are in a cake? Maybe 8? Or do you think there's 16? How many times do you think they cut it?
I think, oh man, so if we're getting really investigative here, her cheesecake was not a very big one. It looked like it would be, I think 8
like a 6
slices.
Thing 8? So
I think 8.
Maybe, whoops, we don't want that. So it's about 8 slices at 1,570 calories. So she has, wait, no, I did that wrong. 8 times 1,570. So she has about 12,000 calories. That's about 6 days of meals right there. So maybe she just was looting the necessities. Other people are getting luxuries, watches and shoes, and she's like, I need to feed myself and my family. So this will maybe get us by for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, that's smart.
12,000 calories.
Yeah, and
Should have grabbed a jar of peanut butter on her way out.
Oh my gosh, the peanut butter wisdom is just, it's next level. And I like that thing because it made me think more. It's like when you break down your calories and what you're eating, you can sustain more with just a simpler diet, really. You know, like eat one cheesecake throughout the whole week, but only eat that, and then you're golden. You know,
right? Especially if you get the red velvet. I think it's the highest calorie according to Google.
Ew.
So
disgusting.
You'll be solid.
I think so episode 100, I think we should fly wherever the halfway point is between you and I that also has a Cheesecake Factory, and we should meet up. We'll do a JJ Fresh conference, which is just us doing content.
So not that place in, what was it, like Nebraska or Montana or something?
Buffalo, Wyoming. Yeah, they don't have a Cheesecake Factory.
Buffalo, Wyoming. Yeah, Montana's the other way. Whoops.
No, they might have one in. Well, okay, I got to look this up real quick.
Well, Montana's that's like not the right direction at all.
It's
Montana.
Montana would be on me. It'd be on the way to me cuz it's I'm in northern Washington. So that's the next state over.
My geography. My geography is lacking. Okay, for some reason I was thinking, what state was I thinking of? I don't know, it's Montana. I didn't realize it was right there.
Oh, there's the sirens.
Yep. There's the sirens.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to St. Louis.
Welcome. We need a segment each episode where it's like a little banner. It says, welcome to St. Louis.
If we had a live soundboard and everything with graphics and stuff, and this was a video podcast, we'd have little flashing sirens and lights pop up on the screen every time. Welcome to St. Louis.
Welcome. I like as I had a southern accent. Welcome to St. Louis.
Glad you're here.
We're so happy to have you.
Now give me your wallet.
Just give me your wallet, and nobody has to die.
It's a little hazing we do to all of our new residents.
Yes.
Give us your car too.
Rite of passage. Give us your car and your money, and then we won't have to hurt you.
Yeah, and tell us when your family visits. We'll be coming back.
Yeah, okay. We'll be back. We'll make sure of it. So I think the best option for us is kind of a central area, because I'm looking at the Midwest, and man, there's a lack of cheesecake factories. So I'm thinking Denver, Colorado is kind of in the middle between us. So I think that would be a good place. And they have like 4 or 5 cheesecake factories right in Denver.
You know what we should do? It would be the dumbest thing, but it'd be hilarious. We full-on plan a JJ Fresh conference at a cheesecake factory.
No.
And we have an itinerary. We have events, like a meet and greet. Maybe we put on like a slideshow. It's some sort of weird seminar. How to blah 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 blank. And we post it, we advertise it. No one will show up.
Oh, of
but
course.
It's just us two, and we're doing this ridiculous seminar for nobody at a Cheesecake Factory.
Dude, that is brilliant idea. I really want to make that happen. Like, I feel like that would be a prime opportunity for somebody like Cody or something to film us and make it like a documentary where we're super excited. We post like an ad online. I think we should, if we do that, we need to go to a Cheesecake Factory in more of like a rural, not as bustling as like Denver. We need to go somewhere where we would tell them this and they'd be like, oh, that sounds fun. Like, we'd love to have some internet celebrities come to our Cheesecake Factory. So we show up, put up the slideshow. We get some like merch and, like you said, have like a detailed like 8-hour long itinerary. So you and I could potentially spend a whole day at a Cheesecake Factory doing that.
Oh yes. Okay. So have you seen the movie? I think it's like Inside Job or something, where they like rob a bank, and I think they built a room in the bank and they hid in there. And then when the coast was clear, they kind of just walked out a couple days later like a normal person. I don't know if you've seen that.
I don't know if I have seen that. That sounds like a really good idea, though, for our cheesecake.
Maybe our seminar is we just have the seminar of building materials, what you would need, how you would need to execute building a fake room inside a Cheesecake Factory without anyone knowing. And the goal is you dine and dash like 4 cheesecakes, you hide them in the false room, and then you can leave a couple days later with a bunch of free cheesecakes. We just had this whole seminar on how the construction of building a Cheesecake Factory fake room would be in the Cheesecake Factory. We're pretty much saying we're having a seminar how to steal from the Cheesecake Factory with an elaborate ruse.
See, that's the best part too, is they probably wouldn't even catch on that we're doing this because it's a Cheesecake Factory. So they're like serving people.
We just mixed up the words.
Ooh, yes.
We say the Feescake Chacktory. That's how to rob the Feescake Chacktory.
They'd be like, oh, this is like a crime suspense thing that they're talking about, but really it's like our secret code is just good enough that we can build a false room, or like I'd rather it be underground. I really want it to be underneath the Cheesecake Factory, so it's like definitely rap mode is engaged when we crawl out in the night and scurry on the floor and grab some cakes and bring them back.
Yeah, okay, let's get this ball rolling. So we have the first hour of the seminar of the Feescake Chacktory heist that we're hosting at the Feescake Chacktory is networking. You want to get a crew together. You're going to need your muscle guy. You're going to need your brain power boy. You're going to need your lookout, someone with 20/20 vision at least, maybe 25.
At least.
Something sharp. You want to get a driver, and that's probably it. And so the first hour is networking. Second hour, how to dig a tunnel and ideal locations where to start your tunnel from. Maybe the closet of a 7-Eleven nearby, or the neighboring bathroom of a gas station. Then you start your tunnel. We have all sorts of perfect scenarios you could do. And then maybe it's just about tunneling into the Cheesecake Factory to steal cheesecakes. Maybe
it should be about tunneling. Yeah, the tunneling makes it way funnier. It makes it way funnier.
How to build support braces for your tunnel so that it doesn't collapse in on itself.
Yep.
The right proper lighting tools. If you wanted to put up lights in your tunnel.
That's true. Yeah, it's like basically like a building infrastructure like masterclass thing, but it's like directed towards criminals, and it's all taking place in the location that you're trying to break into. So it's kind of genius in that sense.
Yeah, and then we could have more luxury themed tunnels if you wanted to spend more on building that. So instead of just having the rock and dirt as your floor, you can till it, put some soil in. Maybe you can lay down some like nice putting greens so it's very just fresh looking as you walk through. Maybe the walls, you wallpaper them, you level the walls out, maybe put up some drywall, wallpaper that, so you have a really nice tunnel. We just go through we just go in super detail though, like obnoxious detail on how to do all this.
So pretty much the whole webinar or the whole seminar is, so like you said, it's kind of like networking. You get everybody there, and then once everyone's sitting, it's like, everybody here? Okay. And then you like start the thing. Like you said, go into super deep detail, have people take notes, and then do like little workshops. So like we'll have like miniature models of the city, and like we'll have people dig little tunnels and be like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. And then in the middle, we take a break and we all eat at one big table in the Cheesecake Factory, talk a little bit more, finish it off for the day. And then the next morning we start the digging of the tunnels.
Yeah. Or we go to like a football field at a high school, practice digging, make sure they have their technique so they don't put out their back.
Yep.
You know, make sure they are smart enough to wear sunscreen, because you don't want a heist with someone who's going to be all sunburned and red. That's just another factor people can use to identify him. Oh, it was that red tomato looking guy who I saw him digging in the field over there.
Yep,
you don't want any identifiers, so we need people who are going to put on sunscreen and blend in.
Yep, exactly. You want to blend in completely. And I think I mean, it's all the details, because it's like you don't want to get caught for the crime or whatever. So it's like you got to really factor in all those details. And I like the idea of just prepping and planning. And this is where I wish we had like an abundance of money, because anytime we have like an idea like this, we can make a movie on this particular subject. So I think that's the best part.
And maybe we can make it a 2-day seminar. The second day, it's going to be at the Cheesecake Factory again. All 3 meals. Yeah, we do a hip hop conference.
Ooh.
How to write and produce hip hop. Except from my end, it won't be the real way of doing it. It'll be the janky, I don't know what I'm doing way of doing it. And the lyrical hour would be like, this is how you rhyme. Time, lime, bime, glime, stime. And I do that for an hour or so. Maybe I'll switch up words every 10 minutes. Bloody, muddy, cruddy, buddy, spuddy, duddy.
Dude, can you imagine being, so you're eating dinner with your family at a Cheesecake Factory, and you see these clowns like in another part of the Cheesecake Factory, and there's a big slideshow, and you see that they're having people like and I imagine you're having everyone in the little audience name off the words as they're going. So you're like, okay, like you just said, you're like muddy, buddy, and then it switches to another word. It's like, say it with me now. Fun, gun. It's like, doing that, and it's just like teaching people how to rhyme and everything. And the best part is like some family, this is like their event for like maybe the week, the month. It might be little Jimmy's birthday, and then there's just these like just very strange men just congregating in the corner of the Cheesecake Factory. It just makes me happy. It's a good visual.
It's a turn to the person on your left and begin a freestyle rap beginning with the word moose. Moose. M-O-O-S-E. Moose. Can I get it in a sentence? The moose ate a goose. Can I get the origin? Canada. Okay, I'm ready. So yeah, a moose ate a goose inside of a caboose, and then the train conductor came by and let loose. He grabbed a bottle of booze or juice. He drank it real quick. He was like, my hair's all nice and pretty and dark and shiny because it's slick, because I use a lot of hairspray. It was fresh, boy. I like eating toys all by myself, alone in my home.
Oh.
But I do like friends when I go to the Butter Dome.
Oh.
Welcome to the Butter Dome.
Welcome. It's I don't know if we've said this already, but this is episode 60, and so for our episode 60, I don't know if this Butter Dome will be any special or different, but it is special in the sense that we have done this. Actually, I don't think Butter Dome has been around since the beginning, but we've done this at least like 20 to 30 or 40 or 50 times. So it's great.
Yeah, so it's what happens to big giant domes when they've outlived their usefulness. They get demolished. And then another sports team rolls in and builds a bigger, better dome. So we're about that at that point of being demolished by a sports team.
By fame,
And from the ashes, the butter will seep through the concrete and into a new structure. Announcements in the butter dome. Bow, bow, bow. We have none, except we would like you to share the podcast with your friends, unless you have 0 friends, and in that case, you should be involved in more activities. That's all I have for announcements.
Yeah, no, that's a great announcement. And I want to piggyback off that real quick. Maybe join an online forum, get some online video game friends, go to a park and make some friends. Or like you said, like John said, if you don't have friends, maybe go to the movies and just sit with a group of people and start laughing when they laugh, to join in the jokes. And then first thing you tell them is, hey, I like laughter. I like funny stuff. I listen to this podcast called the Power Pack Podcast, and it has 2 funny guys, and then you'll become friends with them, and then they'll share it. So it's a win-win.
And some people might say, well, I'm not good at anything. I'm not good at socializing. I'm not good at being around people. I'm just no good. Okay, go to an AA meeting, and you're going to be the best one there, especially if you don't drink, because they all are struggling with that issue. And you're like 17 years old. You never had a drop of anything in your life, but you're there, and you're the best person at not drinking. There's some confidence building right there. And then when you're supporting your other fellow AA guys in the class, they're all like, wow, that guy, he's so good. He's got his, you're 20, let's see, you're 16 when you started the AA, and now you're like 30. Yeah. Wow, this guy's, he's 14 years. He hasn't had a drink. That's impressive. He's the best at being sober. And then you can wear that badge of confidence and eventually stomach the courage of saying, hey, now that you believe in me, I want to show you who I really am. My name's, give me a fake name. Buck Cherry. My name's Buck Cherry.
Buck Cherry, yeah.
And I listen to the Power Pack podcast.
Yeah.
And then there'll be such a warmth between you two. A bond will have been created. Mm-hmm. They will not only quit drinking for the rest of their life because they found a new thing to fill that void, the Power Pack podcast, but you might have just saved a life. So
you might have. You're connecting. It's nice. I like that. The moral of that story is just like, find the confidence in yourself and pretend to be someone else. Exactly.
Yeah, pretend to be someone you're not and be someone's hero. And in that way, you can share our podcast.
Exactly.
And build your own confidence.
And you build your own it's a win-win. And it's funny because pretty much most movies, I watched one recently. I think it was Megamind. Never seen it. It's another one of those movies where someone pretends to be someone they're not. And then later on in the movie, the love interest or the friend or whatever finds out they're not the real person they said they were at like the climax of the movie. And then everything crumbles. But then they're like, wait, I really am who I am that and then it all resolves. And that could be you with this situation. So go ahead and join something and make some friends and you'll be there too.
And if they call you out on it, they're like, hey, I don't think you have an issue. Why are you in this meeting? Then you just say, oh, I thought it was Appleholics Anonymous. I really have a craving and I got a weak spot for them Granny Smiths. So I'm sorry. I'll let myself out and go eat some apples.
Yeah. Go eat some apples.
There's your escape.
That's your perfect escape. And it's good because, apples are good for you and it's not a bad thing to do.
But what if the shame of that drove someone to become an alcoholic? So they were trying to pretend to be one to make friends and to support other people. But when they got caught, their shame drove them to be a real one.
So it's
like
a full circle.
This is dark. Yeah. This is some M. Night Shyamalan stuff. M. Night, that guy who makes those movies. You know what I'm talking about.
Makes those scary movies that have a twist to them.
Yeah. And maybe the guy who lied about thinking it was Appleholics Anonymous, maybe he dies from an apple tree falling on him because someone's cutting it down. And I don't know how that finds its way into the plot, but at JJ Fresh Entertainment Media, we can make it into the plot.
That's what we're working towards, is we just want to make movies where we can make those loopholes. It doesn't have to be a loophole. It's just like, I like your idea of that, but also with these books or movies, it'd be fun to make something like that has like a really robust plot and it gets really suspenseful and everything, and then you just end it abruptly with something stupid and then cut to credits. Like, I think that would be even better.
Yeah, maybe it could be like a really dramatic movie. So the kid, maybe he goes to the AA meeting because his dad's an alcoholic and he just wants to get away from that and get around people who are actually trying to better their lives. And so he finds his like home in this community, but then that story is just like, maybe it's like one of those weird things where that's not even reality, but he made it a reality. And so he's flipping back and forth between that version of what he created and a version of, I don't know, just make it some weird, trippy movie about apples, alcoholics, and just brokenness in the family. And then finally an apple tree falls on the main character. And then at the end of the movie, everyone's crying. Our first dramatic, sad movie. Appleholics Anonymous.
It's like a modern
coming
day
to a theater.
Theater near you. I was going to say, if you haven't seen The Joker, that's like a super sad, depressing movie. It could be like our version of that, but with apple trees and apples.
Yes. This is going to touch so many hearts.
It is. It's just going to tickle the heartstrings. I'm tearing up right now, and I haven't even seen the movie yet that we haven't made yet. So
we're going to, and we're gonna get some. I don't know. I don't watch TV anymore. Who's a good child actor that can play our appleholic? What about Dakota Fanning? Is she still alive? Is she? How old is that person? She's old now.
She's like our age or older.
She's 27.
27. Okay. I think what's even funnier than getting an actual child star is getting a former child star. So somebody who's like maybe even older than us, like 40 or 50, and they used to be a child star, and then we make them wear like the same clothes they did in their child movie, whatever, in the 90s or 80s or whatever, and then be like, okay, you're the main character. You're 12 years old, even though they're like 50. It's like, come on, embrace the role.
You have like Urkel cast as your child actor, and you go to the makeup artist, be like, make him look like this. And they're like, this is a really old photo of this guy. He's like 40 now. Like, I don't care. Make him look like that and make him act like a 16-year-old, please. They go, okay. And action. Do that.
I imagine because we talked about multiple episodes ago, you're like the director of the Possum King movie. I imagine you, for every movie, you look the same as you do for the Possum King one, where you have the crown with the tails and the shoes with the tails like spurs, and you're like you're crawling around on all fours. So anytime you never walk on 2 feet, you're always crawling. And you're just crawling around, and so when you talk to people, they can't see you. Crawl up and you kind of tug on their the part of their pants, and you're like, "Hey, down here," and you're like, "Hey, I need you to do this," and then you like give them the thing, and then you like you said, crawl away.
Hey, you look tired. Pour some boiling water on my back and make a blister. You can lie down for a little bit.
Feet.
Whatever sound possums make.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you should, before you become the possum actor or whatever, or director, you should just study possums in depth to like understand how they function and act, so that you can be a possum when you eventually direct.
Should I maybe team up with Planet Channel, Animal Planet?
Animal Planet,
do maybe like a possum show where we just go out and maybe it's like the person who thinks they can talk to animals, or that maybe that episode of Cats from Hell or whatever. Maybe something to do with possums.
Yeah, but it's not even like it's not even studying possums. It's you like becoming a possum pretty much and just like living the life. And it's almost like exploring. So like you get really emotionally invested in it and you like go around and interview people and they're like, oh, possums are gross. And you're like, no, they're not. And you get really mad at them and scream. And then you like tear up when you see footage of possums and just get like really weird. And then at the end of the documentary, you are like full possum. Like you never talk anymore. You're just crawling on all fours. You know, it's just, it could get
And
really
I have
weird.
all these bite marks on my body because I'm trying to hug possums all the time and embrace them and just connect, like you said.
Yeah, just connect.
Maybe that could be more of our, because every good team of, I don't know what you call it. Every good media group needs a little bit of everything. So we have our dramatic Appleholics Anonymous show. We have the Possum King, which is going to be turned into a movie. We have kind of, what's that movie where there's the Dustin and he's like a monkey or something? Dustin ate a crown. You know the movie I'm talking about where it's like a monkey? I think his name's Dustin.
I don't know if I know that one. You should find that real quick and drop it in Discord because I'm not sure.
Well, maybe I'll just use an easier example. Air Bud. Everyone knows Air Bud.
Air Bud.
Yeah, we just, this will be our Air Bud.
But you're the dog, right? So you are the possum like person, but you're trying to fit in with the other possums. It could be that you as a child aren't accepted by the other kids, so you decide that you want to be friends with the possums, and then the possums don't accept you, but then you do this grand courageous gesture that saves the possums, and then at the end they're like friends with you.
Yeah. And I just posted the movie of what it was. It's not Dunstan Eats a Crown, it's Dunstan Checks In. It's about a monkey and a guy who go to a hotel or something.
Nice. This is that's very 90s looking.
Yeah.
Your
so we're still in the
knowledge
Butterdome, aren't we?
We are. I guess I should thank everybody. I don't know what happened. We kind of just kind of woke up and there's cheesecake everywhere. Cold.
Cheesecake everywhere, and my pants they fit much tighter than they did 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Because of all the cheesecake. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. My arms feel heavy.
Yeah. Palms are sweaty. Your knees are weak. Mom spaghetti. I want to thank our cows. I want to move on over to the cow section. Thank you, Crumb. Gary Incorporated. Wait, what was the law name? Crumb Gary
and Crumb, or Crumb Gary and Gary, something like that.
Crumb Gary and Gary. Yeah, I just want to thank all three of them. They've been consistently donating. Well, I guess I don't know if it's donating. It's like they're buying the subscription.
They're buying stock in our podcast.
Stock. We should. So that's my other thing that I'm transitioning to, but staying on the same course here is there was a big thing recently where the GameStop thing, people invested in it, and they were able to make the value go up a lot, all that crazy stuff. And then obviously there's things like Bitcoin, and someone actually created a Dogecoin, which is like a meme cryptocurrency. So we should make a JJ Fresh coin or stock, and people invest in it. And they probably won't get anything back from it, but at least we can start our own currency, because that's the big trend right now. People are making their own currencies that don't really exist.
Well, if someone knows how to make a Power Pack coin, let us know.
Power Pack coin, I like that.
Maybe that'll be our own currency with our own fan base. You can only buy merch with the Power Pack coin.
Oh, I like that idea. We could start doing that. So instead of having people buy, spend money and buy these shirts and things, they, however much they invest in the program or however much it's kind of sound like a cult, but we'll just roll with it. They invest and do things, and then they receive this made up currency that allows them to, it's almost like in Breath of the Wild where you give the Kilton guy monster parts, and then he gives you this monster currency, and you can buy monster stuff. So it's kind of like that, where you have our own
Yeah.
currency in-house, and then we can sell stuff.
But it's not like a cult. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese where, I can't put
Yeah.
U.S. currency in these machines. No. Go get some rat tokens. Okay. So it's kind of like
That's
that.
true. I like that. Yeah,
You
it's definitely more Chuck E. Cheese than Colt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone figure out how to make a Power Pack coin, and we'll buy into it for sure. Somehow.
will.
I don't know how to do all that. So, but someday.
I don't either. I'm not smart enough, nor do I have a big enough neck beard to do that. So, yeah.
Neck
Neck beard. Oh, neck beards. I think we should transitioning to perfect transition. We should make "Bad Boys of Magic" soon. I think that's an important song. I think that's a big deal, and I think we just need some more music, some more content. I know we have our podcast, but
Let's get some beats out. Send me some beats. Let's do it.
I'll send you some beats.
Good.
I'm gonna get that new program soon that has like a bunch of cool beats on it. So I'm gonna make a really gnarly sounding beat for the Bad Boys of Magic. I'll send it your way. You just do your beautiful songwriting, and then we'll just make it happen.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Down to clown.
What do I don't know, what do the people want to hear hip hop songs about, huh? We've done songs about which have not yet been released, going to be released.
They will.
We eating burgers on the beach. We've done songs about Chuck E. Cheese.
Yep.
We've done music about our origin story, Christmas time. What do you want to what else do you want to hear hip hop about? Maybe we can do a hip hop song about everyone in our Discord. And then everyone gets a few lines. We could be like,
I love that idea.
crumb baby. Eating all the crumbs. Eating all the crumbs because she loves them.
I think even better than that. So you and I will have a 3-minute rap song or whatever, and everybody on the Discord, even better than that, you and I will do like an introductory rap, and then they'll come in and they'll rap their own verse about themselves.
Oh, yes.
That's
that would
even
be
better.
Amazing.
And if they're feeling shy or whatnot, you and I could write, I mean, you'll end up writing it because you're the lyrical genius, but you can write some raps, send it to them, then they record their audio, and then we'll just have this song that has us and our friends just rapping about like who we are.
Amazing.
It's like, my name is Josh and I'm on the podcast, and and then it's like, my name is Crumb and I send emails. It's like have this like really dumb dynamic. I think that'd be really fun.
I'm Crumb Baby. I'm white like Slim Shady. I'm emailing all my babies over at the Gmail. I'm Faticus Finch. I see a loaf and then I pinch. I don't know. Well, there's not very many on our Discord.
It's really not.
That's okay. We're small little family.
We're a small little family. We've got enough. We got enough here, but that's all we need. But I like the idea of this
studio apartment with all our friends.
Yeah, with all of our friends. Yeah, it's cozy. Everybody's sleeping on the couch
Together. It's a pull-out couch.
It's a pull-out couch. Yeah, we just stacked like
back support.
Lincoln logs. Just stack them.
That's right. We're watching Deep Impact on our fold-out couch every night. That's how we go to sleep.
Yeah, that's the only way to go to sleep. Then we all say a little bedtime story, and then we form a Lincoln log tower of people, and then we go to sleep.
That's right.
And
then we make a video or a movie called The Human Lincoln Log, where we sew people together in the shape of a Lincoln log.
Oh, ew.
That'll be our horror film.
Oh, that's true. We don't have, because Possum King's more of a thriller, right? You'd kind of put that in the same category as like
Unbreakable.
Like Unbreakable, yeah, or like A Quiet Place or something like that. It's like thriller. Where this is just straight up horror film. Like it's like you get all these people from the Discord, and they're all going to hang out at this Airbnb, and then evil geniuses or evil doctors, Josh and John, who are Swedish geniuses from Sweden, to sew them together.
And then we're wearing Abraham Lincoln outfits, hence the name Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln Logs. Yes.
Maybe the origin story of that is we used to have a Lincoln Log set as a toy, but then these bullies stole it or broke it or ruined it. So you lived your whole life resenting them, and then you got older, and then you pretty much trap them somehow, and you just build Lincoln Log people, sew them together, and you're reliving your childhood dream of playing with Lincoln Logs, but they're people.
There you go. It's the full circle byproduct of bullying. It's creating psychopaths.
You don't even have to sew them together. You could maybe freeze them like frozen grandpa, and then instead of thawing them out like you do your grandpa, you just leave them frozen and play Lincoln Logs with frozen people.
There you go. This took a very dark, dork twist.
Yeah, that's
the dork twist of the night.
When the power goes out everywhere, I mean, right now Texas is having a hard time, but when it goes out worldwide, when their solar flare hits EMP style, and there's no more electricity on the planet. I mean, I'm assuming a lot of people are going to freeze to death, so maybe you got to build houses out of them. I don't know.
It's so gross.
I don't know.
Just imagine I haven't seen you in a while, and you're like, "Hey, Josh, how are you handling the apocalypse?" I'm like, "Oh, pretty good." It's like, "Hey, you want to check out my new house I built?" You're like, "Oh, wow, you built your own house, cool." And I come over, just a house made out of corpses, and it's casually. You're like, "Come on in, let me show you around." Oh, can you take your shoes off though? I just like vacuumed. Come in. Oh.
How do we get this back to a nice positive note?
Oh man, let's just go into Power Packed Wisdom, and let's give the most positive, happy Power Packed Wisdom ever. I'm gonna start. So I think everybody's been home a lot, and there's a lot of people are feeling isolated. They might feel a little sad. I think if you're missing your friends and things, you should go to a pet store. And I mean, you can buy a puppy or a cat or whatever, but I think even cheaper is you could buy a bunch of little parakeets, right? Hear me out. Little parakeets are mice, like real small animals. And then every friend you've ever had or that you haven't been able to see that you really miss, you just name that little animal after them, and then kind of maybe dress them up in the clothes that they would wear, or maybe give them a little hat or something, and then just have them in your house. And then it's a great buffer because you're making new friends with your little animals, but you're also keeping the memory of your actual friends. And then it's great because it's always awkward when you don't hang out with friends with a while, so you hang out with your little parakeet and mice friends, and then when you go hang out with your actual ones, you're already acclimated. You're feeling fresh from socializing, so it actually keeps you from feeling isolated and alone. So that's my Power Packed Wisdom. It's cheap too.
That's very nice. That's good. It's nice wisdom. I love it. I love how animals are involved, and it's just wow. If I could
Thank you.
Go to your house right now and just pat your head, I would.
Thank you.
But I can't. So I guess my wisdom, we're going to have a call to action, okay? Because I don't know if we mentioned in our last episode, the birthday video is making its rounds on Instagram now. And apparently a guy called Neeps Club, he has like 5 million? 1.5 million followers?
1.5 million.
He posted the birthday video. So we've been getting a lot of foot traffic, and it's nice. So our call to action is go to his page at NIEPSCLUB at Neeps Club. Maybe we'll post the link in our Discord. And tell them JJ Fresh sent you here, and that you made sure on his birthday he wasn't alone. That you sent him a box full of love, and that love consisted of discarded pets that you don't use anymore. Maybe it's expired condiments in your fridge. Maybe you got a new pair of shoes for Christmas, so you sent me the old shoes. Just tell them how you sent your love to me on Neeps Club, which I'm going to look. I haven't actually seen his page yet. Is it like one of those, I don't know, you can do it sort of a people, or I don't know, like, is it
No, it's like a dedicated, like, meme page. Like, it's just memes. I can look at it right now too. If you should be able to go on it's on the Power Pack, like it's the Power Pack podcast page is following it. Let's just look real quick. I'll
put it under podcast content. So if you want to know the handle, there it is. It's on Power Pack content under Dunstan Checks In. We also got a guy offering to do graphic design work, but I don't know if he charges money, and I don't want to ask because I don't want to be like most people, graphic designers, come in contact with. Hey, can you just do this for free?
Yeah, can you whip up a quick little thing of me as Daffy Duck, just for fun?
It's not like you went to school for it and spent a lot of money on your education. I mean, just do it for free. Whatever.
Come on,
you're self-taught, right?
Yeah.
You had to go to college to learn how to use the Paint app. You got ripped off. I know how to paint. I don't need no college to tell me how to paint. MS Paint. Okay, well, are you blowing in a bottle?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to add a dramatic effect, kind of like we're sailing off to sea. Like, I just wanted to have your back like a hype man.
Isn't there a song called "Message in a Bottle"? Or
there
like
is, yeah.
Maybe we do a cover song called "Blowing in a Bottle," and it's just the instruments are all done with different tones of bottles being blown into.
Ooh, I like that idea. That would sound really cool.
Bottle. Yeah. Wait, what happened? You know, like the baby bottles with the weird nipple on top?
Yeah.
What happens if you blow into that? First of all, how does that even work? Is there like a hole on that nipple? Because I let's see. Baby bottle. Because I always imagine it just like seeping through the whole thing like a sponge. I don't know how these work. Is there? Why are they shaped like that?
I think there's.
Well, I guess I know why they're shaped like that, but like where? I never see a hole on any of these nipples.
Maybe you should buy a baby bottle and just like, I don't know, just fill it with like Coors or something.
Well, I'm looking at baby bottles, but it's all the side shot. I'm not getting a bird's eye view. Baby bottle bird's eye view, because I want to see how the stuff comes out. Maybe bird's eye.
I'm just curious,
I'm not getting a baby bottle bird's eye view.
It's too bad. Too bad.
Baby bottles are a mystery to me. You know, it'd be gross. Water bottles for adults, but that's the top of it, like a baby bottle.
Yeah, that's so gross. That's why I suggested you buy one, but fill it with like Coors Banquet or something, and just like, yeah.
I'll just be at work sipping on my baby bottle of Coors.
Yeah, baby bottle. That sounds like man. If you're gonna do anything, that's the most St. Louis thing you could ever do.
That's our country jam. Baby bottle of Coors with my friends, sitting in my Ford with my baby bottle of Coors.
Baby bottle
of Coors. Got my 6-pack, got my gun rack, and my baby bottle of Coors. Got my denim jeans, my cowboy boots, and my baby bottle of Coors. And then take it away with the chorus.
Baby bottle Coors, Coors, baby bottle Coors.
Thank you for tuning into our regularly scheduled program. Contact Josh and Jonathan at powerpackedpodcast@gmail.com. Support the show at patreon.com/powerpacked. See you next time, you dirty little rat babies.